Hello everyone, welcome to Diplomatic Channel. I am Amarachi Ubani. Thursday last week, US President Donald Trump shocked America and the rest of the world by dropping America's most powerful non-nuclear bomb in Afghanistan in the name of fighting Islamic State militants. We've come to know that at least 90 people believed to be militants were killed in the attack as the bomb was reportedly dropped on an ISIS base in Nangarhar province. It is the most decisive action we've seen yet taken by the Trump administration in the fight against terrorism. But what sort of impact will it have on the war against ISIS?
The 21,600-pound GBU-43 bomb was dropped from an MC-130 aircraft in the Achin district of the eastern province of Nangarhar, bordering Pakistan, against a network of tunnels that Afghan and US officials said was being used by militants linked to the IS network. Top US military commander in Afghanistan, General John Nicholson, said his decision to deploy the bomb was a purely tactical one for the target.
Our province, Afghanistan.
He also promised more action to flush the militants out of Afghanistan.
This weapon was the appropriate weapon to use against this target, and prior to this, we didn't have such a target. I am fortunate in that my chain of command allows me the latitude to make assessments on the ground, to operate within my authorities. Of course, we communicate constantly up and down the chain of command about what we're doing here on the ground.
Meanwhile, White House spokesperson Sean Spicer said the United States took all precautionary measures to prevent civilian casualties and collateral damage as a result of the operation. He said the action signified U.S. seriousness in its fight against ISIS, and there was need to deny the group operational space. Thursday's action marks the first time the United States has used this size of bomb in a conflict. Witnesses said they felt the ground shaking after the bomb landed, and they agreed it landed right where the militants were hiding. Others said the deployment of the bomb was probably a cover-up for the U.S. to test its effectiveness, and that it was action imposed on Afghanistan for proxy war. And though the Afghan government praised the deployment, former President Hamid Karzai called out the government for allowing Afghanistan to be used as testing ground for new and dangerous weapons. The bomb was first tested in 2003, just days before the start of the Iraq War. A video released by the U.S. military showed it being released from an airplane over Eglin Air Force Base in Florida and striking an open area, causing a large explosion and billowing smoke.
Very proud of the people.
U.S. President Donald Trump said he was very proud of the U.S. military for the detonation of the bomb against ISIS. He also said he had given the U.S. military commanders total authorization to carry out operations.
Everybody knows exactly what happened. And what I do is I authorize my military. We have the greatest military in the world, and they've done a job as usual. So we have given them total authorization, and that's what they're doing. And frankly, that's why they've been so successful lately. If you look at what's happened over the last 8 weeks and compare that's really to what's happened over the last 8 years, you'll see there's a tremendous difference,
Meanwhile, the president has dispatched a high-level delegation to Kabul amid uncertainty about his plans for the nearly 9,000 American troops stationed in Afghanistan. The IS has been successfully eliminated from southern and western Afghanistan by the Afghan Taliban, and military operations by joint forces of NATO, the US and Afghanistan, but it still controls some parts of Nangarhar and Kunar provinces where it plans attacks and trains fighters.
Meanwhile, as the world still reels from the shock of sarin gas used on the people of Syria in one of the worst attacks yet seen in the use of chemical weapons, North Korea said it was about to conduct another nuclear test. It did, and then failed, according to the South Korea military, which says it is investigating for further details. On Friday, the U.S. warned North Korea it would hit back with nuclear attacks if it did not stop its nuclear tests and missile launches. President Kim Jong-un seemed to call President Donald Trump's bluff by going ahead with the test. Friday still, North Korea marked the 105th anniversary of the birth of its founder, Kim Il-sung. And in North Korean fashion, the celebrations were huge with a few surprises.
Every government celebration in North Korea must have the stamp of approval from President Kim Jong-un, and the stamp of approval means it has to be bigger, more colorful, and more patriotic than imagined. Kim Il-sung's 105th anniversary was no different. This year, North Korea continues to show military prowess by showcasing some new weapons in the parade as tensions on the peninsula mount. New long-range and submarine-based missiles appeared on the parade ground, apparently the main theme of the giant parade.